What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. In today's video we are checking out the latest robot vacuum from Trifo called Ollie. According to the manufacturer, this vacuum is mostly designed for pet owners. So first of all, we have a camera on the front of the vacuum, so you can drive the vacuum throughout the house and you can check on your pet. Since you have that camera, of course, you can kind of use this as a security camera as well, because you can drive it throughout the house and see if everything is okay. Now, in order to use that function, of course, you're going to have to install an app on your smartphone. The app, it's called the Trifo Home, and the vacuum gets connected to your home's Wi-Fi network, and you control it from your phone, of course. The vacuum also has plenty of suction power, so 4000 PA suction power, and that means that it will be able to pick up pretty much everything from the floor, from like hair to food and basically anything that you may have on the floor. We also have something that I haven't actually seen before. So the vacuum comes with an air freshener, you heard that right? And also a laser pointer. So if you have a cat, you can play with the laser pointer and the cat will be all entertained. This attaches to the vacuum, but if you're not into air fresheners or laser pointers, you don't necessarily need to attach this to the vacuum, and you don't necessarily need to use this. Personally, I don't think I'm gonna use this, but it's there just in case you need it. And aside from that, we also get another attachment that I haven't seen before. This is called a hair extractor attachment, I'm gonna call it. So basically you replace that brush that we have at the bottom of the vacuum with this, and this basically gets more suction power onto the floor, therefore you can pick up more hair from the floor. Alright, so the vacuum comes in a fairly small box, and of course inside the box you're gonna find everything you need so you can start vacuuming right away. You're also gonna find some replacement air fresheners. As I said, personally I'm not gonna be using this, but if you use that, you do have 3 of these that come in the box. And of course you're gonna find the charging dock and the power adapter. So the vacuum knows how to go back to the charging dock. So whenever it's done a cleaning cycle, whenever it's low on power, it will go back to the charging dock by itself and recharge. On one charge, you can get about 120 minutes of vacuuming time. Of course, you can probably get more depending on the suction power that you're using. You can choose what suction power you want the vacuum to use from the app. And of course, the more suction power, the louder the vacuum will get. Let's say that you're working from home and you just want the vacuum to be nice and quiet around the house, where you're gonna lower that suction power and it's not gonna be as loud. But if you want it at the maximum suction power, where it goes over one area and it picks up everything, well, of course, it's gonna get louder. The vacuum itself looks like most robot vacuums out there. We have the same round shape that we've seen for many vacuums up until now. At the top here we have a couple of buttons. With one button you'd start a cleaning cycle, and with the other button you'd send the vacuum back to the charging dock. And up top here we also have the dustbin. It's super simple to remove this. You basically push that button that says push, and then you can remove the dustbin. And we also have the dust filter right here that's easy to remove and clean. And to put this back, you just push it back in, and that's about it. We also have a reset button there, so if you need to set a new Wi-Fi network, that's how you reset the vacuum. On the front of the vacuum we have a bumper, so if the vacuum doesn't see something in its way, it will bump in that with this bumper. We also have a rubber strip around the bumper, so the vacuum will not damage any furniture. And of course we have that camera that I mentioned earlier and other sensors. So the vacuum will see what's in front of it. So let's say that you have some shoes on the floor, it's not gonna go over those shoes because it will sense those shoes ahead of it. So it will try to go around those shoes. But if it doesn't see something, that's why you have the bumper here, of course. At the bottom, of course, we have the charging contacts, so that's how the vacuum charges from that charging dock. We also have a variety of sensors, so the vacuum is not gonna fall down the stairs. Personally, I don't have any stairs here, so I wasn't really able to try that. I mean, I had it on the desk here and it didn't fall off, but that's why you have all those sensors. At the bottom, we have a side brush here, and then we have the main brush. The main brush will catch hair on it, so every so often you're gonna have to remove that main brush and clean the hair of it. It's super simple to remove that, and as I said, you can also replace that brush with this hair extractor attachment. It's super simple to remove that and put this in. With that camera and the sensors on the front there, the vacuum will also map out your house. So after it goes on the first cleaning cycle, it will save the map of your house onto the Trifo Home app. From the app, you can send the vacuum to a certain room. Let's say that you just want the vacuum to clean one room. You can send it there. You can also set do not go zones. So if there is like a place where you don't want the vacuum to go, you can make a do not go zone from the app there. You can set a schedule. So let's say that you go to work at like 9 in the morning, you can set the vacuum to start a cleaning cycle at 9:30. So it vacuums whenever you are not home. And you can even have that camera on the front send you notifications if it senses any movements in front of it. So as I said, you can use this as a security camera as well. So basically every time you want to interact with the vacuum, anytime you want to change any settings, anytime you want to check and see how long you have till you have to replace your filter, well, you check all that from the Trifo Home app. So that's the easiest way to control the vacuum. Now, if you just want to send the vacuum on a cleaning cycle, you just press the power button here once and the vacuum will go and clean your entire home. So let's say that you're just about to leave your house, you just press that button and the vacuum goes on a cleaning cycle. But if you want to change more settings, you're going to have to use the app. Inside this, we have a 5200 milliamp hour battery. And as I mentioned earlier, on one charge, you're going to be able to get about 2 hours of vacuuming time. Now, 2 hours of vacuuming time will be plenty of time so the vacuum can finish any cleaning cycle, unless you have this massive mansion. But for my place, the vacuum takes about 45 minutes, so it's usually at about 50% battery by the time it's done a cleaning cycle, and then it goes back to the charging dock and recharges. Since we have plenty of suction power and we also have that brush at the bottom, and I'm talking about the main brush at the bottom because we have two brushes. We have the side brush. The side brush kind of pushes the dirt towards the main brush, and the main brush pushes everything towards the suction hole that's just above it. So since we have that, the vacuum will do great over any surface. So if you have hard floors or carpets, this will do great over any surface and will pick up everything from the floor. The vacuum has no problems climbing over carpets. You know, some carpets are thicker, some carpets are not, but this one doesn't seem to have any issues going over any type of carpet. So you have 3 different types of carpets at home here, so no problems with that. And it will also see if you have stuff on the floor, but like any other robot vacuum out there, it's always recommended to pick up any cables or anything like that, because if the vacuum is not gonna see a cable, the cable will get caught in the brush at the bottom. That's kind of the case with like 99% of the robot vacuums out there. So always clean the floor a bit before having this vacuum going on a cleaning cycle. So there you have it. This is the latest robot vacuum from Trifo called the Trifo Ollie. As always, if you want to check this out, there will be some links available in the video's description. Alright guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.